EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Denver Broncos. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. They'll run on first down. Franklin, only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a give, right side. It's Franklin, and not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, Watson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10.
Safe. Hey, switch gears, switch. Rock it. Go on. Watch the ship.
Now. Faking the give to Lindsey, here's Locke. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
Ready.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Hey, lock it. Check.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He's got this complete to Hamilton. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed-out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route-running savvy.
The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary.
Let's go. 36. Greystone, travel. Ready.
3rd and 2, Locke's going to throw. This is the tight end fan. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Still leaves him with 4th and short. Any chance you go for it?
It's definitely in the back of my mind. In fact, I've discussed it with my staff all week long, different situations that I may want to go for it. Where's the ball in the field? Do I have confidence in my trigger guy? What am I going to do? I'm also talking about my analytics department. What are the odds? If I don't get it, what's it going to do to me the rest of the game? Personally, I end up taking all that, putting it in my head, and making a decision. And you know me, I'm probably going to go for it.
Wow, you want to make an opening drive statement.
Yes, I do. Once I have the ball and I've got it on the move, I don't want to just give up that easily.
On first down, it's Franklin. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The tackle made that time by Bryce Callahan. You don't see that a ton, do you? The cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
And now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. And they'll get him down right around the 11-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
And it's third down.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Watson. Sewer Cravens drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told, and it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10.
Ready, ready. You're out.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Come on, QB, come on.
Got a man. That's complete to Hamilton.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Hey, Alpha.
Into the red zone, it's Locke. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Guys, out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Hey, check 25. Big grip.
Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsay. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player as well as a physical specimen.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And McManus able to put it through. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So they've put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points. Able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Here we go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
All right, T, let's go. All right, T. Hey, check. Let's go.
Back to throw, Watson. Flush to his right. It's complete to Fuller. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain there of 30 big ones.
That's where having a mobile quarterback really pays dividends, because that old school stand in the pocket, make your throw guy, he doesn't make that play.
In addition to the mobility, how about his eyes? Just kept them downfield, locked on the target, created a big play out of it.
Didn't matter the chaos around him. He still found his guy.
A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Now, that was a designed run. Now, remember, if a quarterback goes feet first, he's protected. But if he dives head first, he's not. On that play, he figured the risk was worth the reward.
Faking the give. Now Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Matt Milano gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
It's 2nd down.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Off of play action, it's Watson. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Got an open man, Keelan Cole. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Check 31. Check 31.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Ready up. Mike 51. Hey, pick it up.
Protein spill.
He's crossing. He's checking crack.
Check 4. Check 4.
51's the Mike. 51's the
Snap.
On 2nd down now. It's Lindsey. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. 9 good yards there on the run, and now third down.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
Here's Locke. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
The Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll run on first down. Franklin. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. From his end zone, Watson on 3rd and long. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
Under the category of obvious, you hate giving up a first down on 3rd and long. And somehow, he finds his way downfield and picks it up.
If you look at the coverage defensively, oh, this is great, but no one accounted for him at the quarterback spot.
At some point, you actually have to tackle him and get him on the ground short of the first down marker. Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Watson to the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Now, they try to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down.
That was a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work on a little bit more.
Watson on 3rd down. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here I come again. Here I come again. Sponge, sponge, sponge. No, no, no.
General West.
Check three. 50.
Hey, Charlie.
51 for Mike. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
On second and 12, Lock. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hard.
Kill.
Throwing his Lock on third down. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
A 61-yard attempt.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it, but it just kept carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on second and 13. Now Watson. He finds Hopkins complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
We're set. 19. Check back 21. Check back.
Throwing on third down, Watson. Over the middle, complete. That's Franklin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A nice pickup of 23 on the third down conversion. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 49-yard line. Now they'll roll him out right. One-handed. What a grab. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are, and I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the week. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Lindsey, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Here we go, here we go. 60 Pittsburgh. Look at me. Door, door. Hit it.
Now on 2nd and 13. Lock. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Look, squeeze. Get it.
Now a play fake, and here's Locke. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. The sack there by J.J. Watt.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Lock going to throw. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Go now. 8 speed.
Yeah. Go, Mike 51, Mike 51.
Shoot.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Down.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Down.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. A 3rd field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down.
6-6, pull it high. Rock it.
26. Rush in.
Fire.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke steps away to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by McManus is good. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked out since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Jalen Mills in on the stop. Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that can bring him down to the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
Throwing on second down. Lock. The throw taken in by Cole. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
That's another Broncos first down. First and 10 at the 38.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
Look at me. Zipper.
Kill.
Go on.
The twins.
They'll go option to the short side. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
Go.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51. Let's go.
80 weapons.
Check. Lucky.
Big grip.
Block off of play action. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Switch it. Come on.
Hey, lock it.
Slam.
Hit it.
Locke going to try and throw on third down. He's going to let this go for the end zone. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Franklin. And this Bronco defense really selling out to stop the run, and it pays off. They get him behind the line twice in a row. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Out of the gun, Watson. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. They'll run here with Lindsey. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Philip Lindsey, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go. At their own 22-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. To throw is Watson, operating from the gun. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing again is Watson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with him.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. That's caught. It's Malone. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Here's Watson. Buying time to his left. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
At the 22-yard line.
Down, he's coming.
To throw again on 2nd down. Watson. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Off play action. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run this one in. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Double dog, that's the way.
They go option right on 2nd and goal. Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's 3rd and goal.
Here we go, D.
From the gun, here's Watson. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that will get him 1 closer. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. That one into the hands of Hamilton. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Locke. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th.
Texans 14.
Block now. Perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. On 1st down, Locke. Screen pass to Lindsey. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Again, they'll throw with Locke. This throw over the middle taken in by Cole. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 7 yards there and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Locke going to bring the offense up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Come on, set. 70, Indy.
Watch the out, watch the out.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Check three, check three, check three.
Hey, wahoo! Let's go.
Throwing on first down is Locke. Got an open man, Keelan Cole. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Get him, boy! Get him, boy!
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 21.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down.
Big grip, big grip.
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Hey, Sam off.
On third down, here's Lindsey. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10.
That's another.
We play to win. Let's go.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run with Foreman. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Block now on 3rd and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Bo Scarborough, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
First down, Houston.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. A shotgun snap for Watson. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Sua Cravens with a pick. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
60 outlaw.
Check 13. Check 13. Check 37. Check 37.
Snap.
On first down, it's Lindsey. And down inside the 15 he goes. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. On first down, right back to Lindsey. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. All you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll go with Foreman, and he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. McManus's point after is good, and that will make this a 19-point game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And avoids the contact by sliding. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
They'll run on first down. Franklin, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 43-yard line.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Franklin, and he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 11 yards there, first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Check my 21. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
On first down, it's Franklin, and this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Watch the run, watch the run.
On second down, it's Franklin. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A gain of 13, it's a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That one 28 yards on the ground.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Reset, 19. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Texans get a bit closer. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that will shave one more off this lead.
Texans 21.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably